I just want to go through the recap of how EazyBot works and how the strategy works and how did I come up with this strategy and based on what findings and what inputs do I have. So let me just get to the whiteboard and show you there. Okay, let me put some facts here at the side. Now, what's cryptocurrency and how does it trade and what are the given facts that we cannot change in cryptocurrency? There are some facts looking at the chart for the past couple of years or since the start of trading of cryptocurrency that it's really fluctuating too much. Like it goes up sometimes in a day more than 20%. It goes down more than 20% in one day. It can go even more than that if it's a good day. If it can go worse than this if it's a bad day. So let's put it here. So it's going up and down. In a normal day, it's between 1 and 5% approximately. So plus or minus 1 to 5%. This is in a normal day. I mean, a day that is not really having very good news, and a day that doesn't have really bad news. So it keeps on fluctuating within that range. That's a given fact. We cannot change it. It's the market. This is how the market is. Now, the second fact is that we have no knowledge of what's the next move of the market. As I said earlier, the market can move up 20% in just a single day or just a couple of hours. But do we know what's the next move of the market? Is going to go up or down? Yeah, some people are doing technical analysis like the support and resistance lines and many other news sources that gives them some idea. But that's all speculation at the end. It's not something solid that you can build on, because if I know for sure what's the next movement of the market, then obviously I don't need a bot. I don't need anything to trade for me. I just buy whenever I know that it's going up and then sell it when I know it's going down. But this is a given fact that we don't know. So it's unknown. So this is the point number one. And here is the point number two. And the third fact is that it can go up more than 20 or 30% in a single day. Let's put it more than 20% in a day. And the opposite, which is number four, it can go more than minus 20% in a single day. Now, this is unknown, this is unknown, this is known. We know that there is a fluctuation, but we don't know what direction is it going to go for the next hour, for the next day, for the next month, and so on and so on. So these are the facts that I built my strategy based on. So should I build it based on speculation? Should I build it based on technical analysis? I know that those two don't work most of the time. Yes, they work for some of the experienced people that are really having 24 hours on the screen, and sometimes also they are wrong. They don't get it right. But this here on the top, no one can change it. This is how the market is behaving, and there is no one that can change that one. So the strategy is all based on this and based on those facts. So let's now build the chart here and build all the scenarios and see how EazyBot works. Okay, so let's say you started trading at this point, regardless whether you're using EazyBot or you're not using EazyBot, or you're using your own strategy or a different bot or whatever it is, it's trading at the end. So if you start at point 0, there are three possibilities. Possibility number one, that the market goes up after that. Possibility number two, that the market goes down. Possibility number three, that the market goes sideways. But the fact is that whether the movement is upward or the movement is downward or the movement is sideways, it's going to have this kind of movement, which is plus or minus 1 to 5%, could be more or less, but it will have that kind of fluctuation. That means if it's going sideways, let me just change the color here just to show you. To get this really color. Okay, so if it's going sideways, that means it's going to go like this. It's never going to go straight. And the difference between the upper point and the lower points between 1 to 5% every day. Okay, so, and whether if it's going up, it's going to go also the same way. It's going to fluctuate. Now, open any chart of any coin, of any of the cryptocurrencies moving like this, and this is the movement of those currencies. So it takes the daily fluctuation. And if it's going down, again, it's the same way. It's fluctuating the same daily fluctuation, plus or minus 1 to 5%. So how can I get the maximum out of this market, out of market that can fluctuate like this or behaves like this? This behavior, I cannot change it, and I cannot predict the future. So I have to build something that works in that circumstances and make the maximum profit based on this. So now, on those movements, what's the worst case scenario that can happen? So let me tell you here. For me, as I looked at the market, the worst case that can happen is this kind of move. The market, once I start trading, the market start only going down. Yes, going down, it goes down, 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 and then it stays here and never come back up again. Well, it's unlikely to happen because market's going up and down and it makes corrections and then come back up again or whatever. But let's consider the worst case scenario, that the market moves down and then it stays here and goes forever here and never come back up again. So we have some trades here at the top, and there are some trades in between. So I'm not going to get into numbers in more details, but I'm just going to explain you the principle here. So while the market is moving down, EazyBot is going to be opening and closing trades. Let me just get this. Yeah, it's going to be opening trades in between, open and close based on the daily movement. Remember this one on the top, between plus or minus 1 to 5%, could be less or could be more, but this is the range that it's working with. So it's going to open and close, open and close, open and close, make profit. But there will be always a trade left on the top. Let's say we have a trade here that's left on the top, but while the market is moving down, it's opening and closing, open and closing, open and closing, and it's going to be leaving some of the open trades on the top. Like there's one trade here, one trade here, one trade here, one trade on the top. Those are still open on the way. So the market goes down and keeps on going down, and then it stays here. So here is going to be buying and selling based on the daily movement. Buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, based on these numbers here, between 1 to 5% plus or minus. When it's making profit while the market is down, what it's going to do is going to, using mathematical equations, have nothing to do with predictions, have nothing to do with the speculations. It's going to move all the open trades in between down. It's going to move them down because we don't know when the market is going to come back up again here and close it. Actually, we don't know if the market is ever going to come back up again here and then close for me the trades which are open on the top. So we're doing a proactive approach here by using 50% of the profit that's made in this area of the market, taking it up and adding it to the average price on the top, and move all the trades that are open on the top, we move them down. Until eventually what's going to happen is all of these open trades on the top are going to be pulled down. The average of that trade is going to be pulled down until it hits the current market price. It goes above that by 1.5%, then close the whole trade, get out of the market with profit, and then start all over again. Our new point of starting the new cycle is going to be here in this place at this market price. And from that point, if it goes sideways, it's going to use the daily movement and make profit. If it goes upwards, it's going to buy and sell and make profit. If it goes down again and it stays down, it's going to behave exactly the same way by bringing down the average price and closing all the open trades and gets out of the trade with profit. And that's exactly all of our members, or all members. Can you just say yes if you're experiencing this in your account? Let me see how many existing members do we have. Drop in the market. We have seen more than 80% in some of the coins, and we're going to see now some of those coins and see how the EazyBot is behaving. So this is about the strategy of EazyBot and how it works. Now, there are other features that we added to the strategy in order to make it even make more and more profit. So one of them is called Take Profit Retracement. Take Profit Retracement is a parameter that allows the market to go up. If the market is going up, let's say you started here, and once you started the trade or any of the trades in between, after you took it, it started going up. So the system is programmed to start the profit of taking profit at the 1.5% if it goes by above by 1.5%. But it's programmed also to wait for the market, because if the market is going up straight, why should I close it here? I need to close it at the top point. But how do I know the top point? I'm not working in predictions. I'm working only on mathematics. So the only way to know is that to allow the market to go down by minus 0.5% from the last point. So that means if it doesn't do this move at this point here, it's going to wait for it. Always look at the highest point and wait for the market to go below that by 0.5%. If it doesn't do it here, then it goes up, and then this is my highest point. Just wait for it to come back here. So until it reaches to the highest point on the top, and then the moment it starts moving down by minus 0.5%, and this is the time that the bot is going to close the trade. And instead of making me just 1% here in profit, it's going to make me unknown amount of profit, but it will be definitely more than 1%, could be 3%, 4%, 5%. We have seen a trade that have made more than 14%, and we will see even more, because this is how the market is behaving. And now I have a live example of today itself. I will share with you now. Now the other parameter that we have in EazyBot that we programmed is called cover pullback. It's working the same way of taking profit, but that works in the way when it's taking a cover. Let's say, for example, EazyBot is programmed to take the next cover when the market goes down by minus 2%. And that's actually what's being programmed for. So what if the market is going straight down and there is bad news at that point of time? So what happens that EazyBot is programmed to wait for the market to stabilize. And how does it know that the market is now in a good point to take the next cover? Is when the market start moving up by plus 0.5%. So that can happen here. That's possible. And it takes the cover here. That's okay. But if the market is really bad and there was really bad news in the market and something wrong happened with that specific coin and it went straight down without having to retrace the 0.5%, then the bot's going to be waiting to take the cover at the lowest point and saving you all of this area, not buying anything into this coin. So when it buys here, then it brings your average price lower. So it have more possibility to close it even faster than usual. So those two parameters are really very, very powerful. And we will see some examples now. Now, this is just a refresher. I know that all people are already knowing how this works, but for the new people, this is exactly how you will see the bot working for you. So let me get back now to the presentation. Perfect. So we have those three topics. David already went through the account performance. So you have the link in the chat. You can click on that every week. On Monday, we are updating that with a new profit that have been made in that specific week. So you can keep on following the number of days and the amount of profit being made in that account. A very important disclaimer here about that account or all the accounts in EazyBot. Now, whenever the profit that you're seeing in your back office or whatever we tell the profit that the bot is making that profit, that's not considering the fees that you're paying to the exchange, because each exchange have a different payment procedure or a different amount that they charge the people based on trades. For example, Binance charge 0.1% in each trade based on the volume. And if you're using their own native coin, which is BNB, you're getting 25% discount, which is paying 0.07%. If you're using KuCoin, it's 0.1%. And if you're using their coin, it's 0.08%. And if you're using their native coin, it depends on at what point did you buy this coin. Maybe you bought it at the top of the market or at the bottom of the market, and then the price fluctuating. So it's difficult to really calculate the exact fees that you're paying to the exchange. But for EazyBot, it depends on your package. If you're a free member, you're paying 30% of the profit that you made. If you are advanced or VIP, you are paying 20%. If you are VIP Plus, which is the new package that we have right now, you're paying only 15%. And from there, you can calculate your net profit. But the numbers that we're showing on the performance website, and there's a disclaimer there, it's without considering all of these fees, because also Talking about the EazyBot fees, most of the people who have introduced people, they don't have to pay those fees anymore because from the commissions they are making, they are paying the fees, so they don't have to really take care of that. So let's talk about these topics here. Pulling down the average price, what I showed you now theoretically in the chart. Now I'm going to show you an example which we have been following since, I think, from May. Yeah, we will see it now, and then we'll talk about take profit retracement. Remember what I told you, that EazyBot is following the trend, and until it reaches the highest point, then that's the time it sells. So let's get to the first one. So this coin is called AAVE, and we've been following these coins for quite long. It's been like, I think, 4 or 5 months, and this trade is open. This is last week performance, and this is this week. This is today, 24th. So let's give a brief about the coin. When we started trading this coin, the price of the coin was 251 USDT, 251. So, and the average price, which the one that I told you that it's moving down as we make trades in the down market, keeps on pulling this down, and this is our new break-even point. So it moved down since the beginning, from the beginning until last week, by it moved down to 154. That means the trade, which was open in the price of 251, was at 154.68 last week. While the market is down and market was moving down, it also made a profit of 1,262. Well, this specific trade, when we started trading, it was around 8,000, 9,000 approximately. So the average price, that means the average price have dropped 96.32 USDT down, which represent 38.37%. So practically speaking, if the market started moving up, it doesn't have to go back to the price of 251. If it goes up now, it just has to cross this new average price by 1.5% and then close the whole trade and get out of the market. So this average price will keep on moving down every day and every week as we close trades at the bottom of the market and use 50% or 90% of that to pull down the trade. So the difference between last week and this week, last 17th of October and 24th of October, if we see here, the average price have moved down from 154.68 to 154, sorry, from 154 to 152. That means our new average price have moved down by 98.4 USDT from the beginning, from the price of 251. That represents 39.2%. That means our average price last week was at 38.37. That moved down to 39.2% from the price of 251, which is the starting price of these trading cycles. And also our profit have increased from 1,262 to 1,272 while pulling that. So it's 2 in 1. It's making profit while it goes down, and it also used part of that profit to pull down the average price until it eventually closed. And we will keep on following this specific coin until it closed completely, and we will realize the whole profit, and then it start all over again at that point of time. So this is about pulling down the average price. Now, take profit retracement. This is a very new trade that happened today itself on 24th. All the timings here are Dubai time, even down here. So this trade started today at 1 a.m., 1:40 a.m. to be precise, Dubai time, which is GMT +4, 24th. So if you see the price was 0.8441, which is here 0.8441. So this is the starting point. And if you look at the time, it's exactly the exact time. I don't think the time is mentioned here, but it's here. This is the time. And then from that point, if you see, it was supposed to close somewhere here, which is the 1.5% is somewhere here. But what happened? The market decided to go up. We don't have control on this. So EazyBot was just following that. So it was following, going up, up, up until it reached to the highest point here, and then started moving down here in this red candle. And then that was the point where it decided to close the trade. So instead of making just 1% on that trade, it made 5.79% in profit. And it will keep on doing this without me having to get involved. I just came to know this one by looking at the history, but I wasn't involved while the bot is doing this operation. It's programmed to do this on my absence. Maybe I was doing something else at that time, but it was just working the way it's designed to work. So I hope this is clear to you. And that's all from me for today.